Hi friends, it's Velvet. I am coming to you here on Labor Day morning. I have a new journal that I'm working on, and this is a paper bag journal. I've used a larger paper bag. This is not my typical size. Typically I'll use like a lunch bag. This is just something, actually it looks like the size they give you at the liquor store. So that's probably what this is from. I was with a friend doing some stuff on Saturday, and I put this together. So I'm using some Tim Holtz papers all throughout. And then I just put together the cover yesterday. So we just got a bunch of layers here. A little dongle that I made. I could add to this. I did a little bit of stenciling. It's got enough texture. It's okay as is, but I feel like it needs something else. So I'm gonna think on that and come back to it. But what I'm doing today is, I thought I'd put together the signature with you. And how I typically do these, see, I left this open. How I typically will do these is I'll put together a signature and sew it in here on my sewing machine. And it just occurred to me that if I've got the cover done, that could be difficult. I can take this off, but I usually will lay it flat in my machine and sew it there. But there's nothing saying I can't do it by hand. There's no reason I can't do a three-hole pamphlet stitch on that. So what I'll typically do is I put in the pockets, and I usually use velum for that so that you can see the background through. I didn't grab any velum, but that's okay. And then I will make a signature that's mostly coffee dyed paper so that it's easy to write on. And then I'll do that, and then I'll fill this with like tags or something. Because what I like to call these is travel journals, because they're small enough to just throw in your purse and take with you and write down your thoughts as you're traveling. Of course, it could be used for anything, really, but I keep doing this because I love how it feels. It's just, it's kind of a heavyweight feeling, but it's just so, it feels like it's so well put together, and that's why I really like doing these. So I grabbed my big bag of coffee dyed stuff, and I thought I'd go through and just kind of find some stuff. That's a nice one. That I can, just put in here. So apologies for the noise as I go through this. And just pull out what I think I want to use. I try to make these signatures somewhat thick because you're not getting as much space to write with a book this small. I forget how much coffee dyed paper I have. I have more than I thought I did. That's cool looking, isn't it? Wonder what that's doing in there. And for that matter, those. I guess I just needed some place to stick them. What have we got here? I've got a couple little envelope things. A couple little things here. Forget about these things too. Should use one of those. I think I should put these on top of the bag so I don't forget to use them for something. Put one of those in. There's that. Ooh, some of my very first coffee dyeing I let it stick together too long, and this is what happened. You hear that? It all just sort of stuck together, and I didn't know what to do with it, but I knew it was kind of precious and I needed to save it because it's just really cool. It's like this page here, I can't get them apart unless I rip them, so I don't know. I don't know what to do with it, but it's just so cool. You know what? I'm going to put that on top so I don't forget it. What else do I have here that I can put in? Oh, that could be fun. Okay, that could be enough. This could actually go like this. Yep. Yeah, that could very well be what we end up doing. So I think first we have to determine how big, how wide, and how tall this can actually be. So let me grab. Whoa, 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 there's a mess again. I'm back and I'm all cleaned up. Of course. This is the second time in like 6 weeks that I've done that. Spilled my drink all over the place. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. Ay, ay, ay. Take a sip and get a little lower. As I was saying, let's measure this and see how tall it can be. So this is about 8 inches. I think I would go with maybe 7 3/4 for that. It's going to adhere right here, and I want it to stop a little before this fold. So I think it needs to be just under 5 inches wide. So 5 by 8. Let's see. And that's more than 5. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab my trimmer. Put this back. Excuse my reach. I'm sorry. I just trying to get some stuff off of my desk. I cleaned up yesterday, and yeah. All right, so this we know is the height is fine. So if we go with 5, this can't be more than 10. But I think I want to go with 9 3/4. And we'll see what happens. You could score these if you want perfectly perfect seam here, but I don't usually bother with that. No, I just want to see how that's going to be. I need to be able to close this, and this will be adhered right there. So I think we're good. Once this gets a little bit thicker, it makes this fold a little bit more difficult, but we can do it for sure. So again, we know that the height is fine with this. Now, I don't know. Oh, it looks like the width is too, so that's good. I was going to say, this kind of paper might not cut well in your trimmer. A guillotine trimmer would probably work best, but now, although this is written on, it would be super duper easy to write on this with a thin Sharpie to write across. I will also decorate this page so that you can get more on it. So far it's working well. I don't think it will when we get to the larger papers, but that's okay. So like this one, you know, is 11 inches tall, which means it's going to fold to 5.5. So we have to take a little bit off of these copy paper size. So I'm going to go there. These are good scraps to hang on to. You can stamp on them. And I will actually, it's a little too long too. I will actually show you something that I did yesterday. We decided it needs to be 7 3/4, I think. I made a bunch of just kind of, well, I guess you could call them labels. Yeah, we'll call them labels. That's perfect. Using some of the creative expressions, numbers and stuff. Alright, so I'm going to take off. We decided we're going to go there. And the height has to be at about 7 3/4. Yeah, these are perfect for stamping on and making little labels out of. So as you can see, there's no nothing official to the way I fold my papers in half. If they end up a little uneven, so be it, right? It's a-okay. Be just under 10. So I'm doing 9 3/4 on this particular one. And just remember, if you're doing this yourself, you want to measure however your bag is. This is an unusual bag size. It's not a lunch bag. What am I doing? Is it this way? No. Yeah. What have I just done? Okay. Oh, that way is okay. See how quickly I forget things? It's crazy. See, I've got a little rip here. I don't care. I think it's going to look cool in there. It gives it some character. Okay, how are we doing? It's working. Because, of course, you'll put a closure on here, too. I'm not sure. I always do the same kind of closure, and that's like a sari silk or something tied around 2 or 3 times and then tied, or wrapped around 2 or 3 times and then tied there. But, yeah, maybe I'll do something different. Maybe I'll put a button on the front. I don't know. We will figure it out, won't we? It's the very neutral colored travel journal. Very neutral. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut off the top there, I think. I'm going to have that as my front page. I just think the design of that is really cool. So, just switch that around because I didn't want to cut through the Poor Richard thing. I wanted to cut off the bottom here. But actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do that. There we go. Now we'll just need to refold this. Is that the right height? No. I don't want to keep that on, but nope, no need. But I am going to take off this side, I think, so, because I like kind of this edge here like that, and this is pretty wide there. So now I just need to refold this. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. We can make that our center so that it's interesting in the middle there. Yeah. How are we doing? I might be able to get another paper or two in here. This is an what is her name? Country Diary. Edith Holden, that's what it is. So this is just a page from Edith Holden that doesn't have a picture or anything on it. I'm just gonna burnish this a little just because it's a pretty thick piece of paper. And I will decorate this. And don't forget that when you're doing uneven papers like this, you can stagger them. So you can go like that shorter one there, and then the other shorter ones can be staggered. Like this can go up a little bit. And then that one's a little shorter too, so that could go maybe down. And it just adds some interest. It's still pretty thin. So I got out some baker's paper. This is very difficult to, see, I don't have to worry about that, I don't think. I'm just going to cut this as straight as I possibly can. And we'll refold it. That's not very straight at all. Let's see, is that, I think that's going to be too wide. Oh, definitely too wide and definitely too tall. Let me just see something. I'm going to go like that. I like adding baker's paper because it adds kind of a crunchiness to it. You can sew on it if you want to. Now, let's see. I'm going to take this down to round right here. I wonder if this will go through like this. If it's doubled up. Oh, it worked. Cool, cool. There. That's awesome. So, I just want to find a spot that's got like two similar pages back to back. That'll work. So like similarly colored. And you can stamp on baker's paper if you use Stays-On ink. It won't rub off. Okay, I think that's that. And I do want to put a little envelope in here, I think. Let's just see if the width works. Nope, it's not gonna work. That's okay. We'll use it for our next project. I think this is what we've got. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-page signature, which is way larger than I usually do, but look at how flat that is, which is strange, but okay, that's where it's going to go in. So it's going to lay like that. There, and it works, and it doesn't interfere with how I cut the paper. I did the paper a little short this time. I decided to let the paper bag show all the way around, and I like that. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I've got some sinusy issues today. So sorry. Yeah, I like this look. So now typically I would probably throw some glue in here to keep that. What the heck? That's funny. I forgot I had put the stuff that I wanted to put on the front in there. And I was gonna do something like this. And there's nothing saying I can't still, but I can't tuck it under because I used my glue gun. But you know what? That might be exactly what this needed. It needed something lighter colored on there and pushing it up. So yay, I'm glad I found that in there. So anyways, as I was saying, I would typically put some glue in here, just so that you don't lose anything. Like if you put something in here and then you just go like this, it could, like that found thing, it could get tucked down here and go all the way to the bottom. You don't want that. And in fact, once I do that, I can glue here too, the top and the bottom here. All right, so we've got the signature ready to go. Now I think what I want to do is grab some vellum. I may have some right here. I'm not sure. Or where would it be? Where are you, vellum? I'm going to pause you so I can look for it and see where I kept or keep it. Okay, I found my vellum. It's in a weird spot, but I know why it's there. It's because I have no place else to put it. So now what you want to do is you want to measure how wide you want these, and then cut the vellum to size. So I usually go, well, what we could do is we can go from side to side here on this, and then I usually put 3 pockets. So, and I usually do all 3 of these. So let's do this. This is exactly 5 wide. So I think they all, this one's just under 5. So maybe that's what I'll do. This one is exactly 5. I'm going to do it just a shave under 5 wide here. There. That ought to do it. And then we'll do that again. And hang on to that vellum. All right, now we just need to decide how tall we want these. All right, so this is 8.5. We could do a 3. We could do 2 3s. And a 2.5, which I think would be nice. So this will get us 2 of the sides done. So like I said, we're doing 2 3s and a 2.5. There we go. So that's 6 pockets, and what we need is 9 if you plan to do all 3 sides there. So we are doing just under 5. Whoops, don't run into your thumb. I'm doing a 3. There we go. Now this can go away because we won't be measuring anything anytime soon. And then the way that I glue these in is double-sided tape. I do that because it doesn't show as much as glue. And it's a really nice hold for vellum. I use the thinnest one that I've got. Whoops. My chair is stuck. Okay. So that's a very thin one. This is, I mean, that is not even 1/4 of an inch. Maybe 1/8 of an inch. And that works perfectly, I find, for me, for these. So what I want to do is, one of these ended up being just a little tiny bit shorter than the others, I think. I'm sorry. See, this one seems to be a little bit taller. I mean, wider is what I wanted to say. You know what? I'm sorry that I'm doing this with you, but what I'm attempting to do here is make sure I've got the shortest one in the middle here. This is weird. Okay, these two go there, but now the thinner one, I can't, let's see, let's just figure out which one it is. Now that's, I'm so confused, but it works. That's a perfect fit. So let's start here. Let's start with the these ones. I typically start at the top so that I can put it down and then layer the next one over top of it like that. But actually I think I'll do the deeper ones down here. So we'll go like that and that and that. So we're gonna take the top of that just to above the bicycler's head. Okay. And you're doing 3 sides. And before you peel that up, you'll want to burnish that a little bit, just to guarantee a nice tight fit. Okay. Like I said, I'm down here working on Labor Day. I shouldn't say working because this is a pleasure. This is a hobby, a pastime. We didn't really have any plans today. We were going to close the pool this weekend, but we ended up holding off because it's over 90 here for the next few days, and I might be able to get back in. There. So you can see the glue, but it's not as invasive as, say, an art glitter glue or a Barely Art glue. And you can see what's written through there, which is kind of cool, I think. All right. So now we're going to do that for all of the rest of them. I think I will pause after I get this page done, do the rest myself, so you don't have to sit through that arduous task. And then I will meet you back here to show you what I do next. Whoops. That's okay though. Okay. There's that little gap, but I'm pretty sure there's, I left the glue behind. So I think we're good. The other way you could attach this is with the clear glue dots. Especially because you probably won't be putting anything really tiny in here, and you could do just like maybe say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. It's just another option. There we go. And see how there's an overlap there? And of course that's just so that you can go like this and go like this. So something like this could, you know, be stuck in there, which is pretty cool. All right, and the last one. And remember, you can make these pockets out of anything you want. You can even use stuff that you've pre-made, you know, little envelopes or whatever. I like to put them in case somebody is using this as a travel journal and they want to keep mementos like ticket stubs and, you know, stuff like that. Receipts. I think the next trip we make, which who knows when it will be, but the next trip we make, I'll make myself one of these. To record our adventures. I know that in December of 24 we're going to Mexico. Brian's best friend in Canada is getting married in a destination wedding there. It makes me very nervous going to Mexico, only because there's just a lot of violence. Right now there. But I think if you stick to resorts, you're fine. You just, you know, you hear about kidnappings and stuff. That's all that worries me. All right, so there, our first pocket panel is done. So I will leave you here to do the rest of these, and then I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I've got my pockets on. I was thinking that something else you could do if you really don't like to see the line of glue in there. You could always decorate these with some trim. Just, you know, put some thin trim around. The other thing you could do is before you even glue these papers down, you could adhere these and sew over them. It's just a thought. Or you could use a thin Sharpie and make designs if you want to. So, you know, there's lots of options, obviously. This is just how I do it. The other thing is you could, vellum is not just white. It comes in many colors. If you could find like a cream color, that would look nice on this. That would have been ideal for me, but let's just see how this is gonna work. I like it. Thin enough to carry in your hand. Throw in your pocketbook. Oh my gosh, I said pocketbook. That was my dad's word. Wow. Dad must be thinking of me. Throw it in your purse and, you know, be on your way. Because it's folding so nicely right now, I almost feel like I want to add another page to it. I do happen to have some coffee dyed paper here. This one's kind of fun. I don't remember what I did on that. I may have thrown some coffee grounds on there or something. Well, this one's kind of cool because this one, while it didn't leave the design of the mat, it left the texture. Well, I think maybe I'll do that. I'm going to, yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get this back out. And cut this down and add this page to this signature. So I don't know if you noticed, but if you didn't see my last video, my haul video, just got this big, huge thing that's like a very thin mouse pad to cover my desk. And I have discovered that is phenomenal for stamping. And I will show you why in just a minute when I'm done cutting this page down, because I think I'm done for today on this particular project. So let's cut this off because it's ripped. So we were going 9 3/4. Uh-oh. That's okay. Easy to fix. We just cut that right off. There. I got hung up on one of the things that are sticking up. All right, so that is that fold. And then this is going to be, what is it, just under 5? Wait, what am I doing? Okay. Oh, no. I'm getting rid of the height now. That's right. Let's start from the top and see if that works any better. A little bit slower that time. All right, so there we go. And then we'll go like this. So it's kind of in the front here. There. One more piece added. So we've got 12 pieces in our signature. So that means 24 times 2 is 48 surfaces to write on. There we go. And then of course I'm going to put this on. May even add something else there. And I think I might rip the top of this just for a little bit more grungy look. Okay. All right, so now what did I want to show you? I am just gonna go like this. I have these, the second part of these stamps that are out. This is Dates from the Past Part 2 from Creative Expressions, designed by Sam Poole, who is amazing, like Tim Holtz. What I did was I took a sheet of paper that was not really coffee dyed. I kind of used it as a background to coffee dye some smaller papers the other day, so it had a little bit of color to it, but not a whole lot. And what I did was I stamped these, like, so 1858. This one in particular is this stamp right here. Stamped it down. Then I took this set I got from Temu that has these ovals and rectangles and stuff. And I found the correct size to go around this, so that would be that one right there. I stamped that down, and then I ran it through my Sizzix and cut it out. So it's a 3-step process, but it wasn't a long process, and I love that they're mine, you know, it's not somebody else's stuff that I'm using. What I'm going to end up doing is just kind of inking, you know, just kind of, and then what I love to do is make creases so that it looks like it was accidentally folded up, like in a wallet maybe. There. And now it looks old, more or less. You can actually, you know, like really go crazy with this. Look, I just put a little tiny rip in there. Well, I thought I did. And now it looks old. So that's what I did. So this set, what I'm going to do is I will link this, the stamps and the dies for you, because it really works nicely with a lot of these. Like this one, I think, look at that. That's perfect right there. And then you could use maybe a smaller one for, I don't know, maybe that right there. I could use that for that one. So this is how they turned out. I mean, that's just perfect, right? It's like it was meant to be. So yeah, so that was what I was working on yesterday. I did a bunch of stuff Saturday with my friend, but I've already taken care of it. This was, of course, one of the things that I got done. But then I did some clusters and pockets and stuff. So yeah, this video is long enough. I will let you go. And then when you see me again, I probably will have this complete, and I'll show you how I did it. So thanks a lot for tuning in, for hitting the like button, for subscribing. I appreciate you, and have a nice day. Bye.